The Denbigh Agricultural Show, another hallmark event on Jamaica's Independence Day calendar, demonstrated remarkable resilience despite the recent setbacks from Hurricane Beryl. The event still proceeded with a renewed spirit of optimism and community strength, with stakeholders announcing plans for the future of the country's agricultural sector. Brittania Witter reports.
Building back through resilience, that was the theme of this year's Denbigh Agricultural Show. The event, which was scaled down to a single day instead of the usual 3 days due to Hurricane Beryl's impact, attracted thousands of visitors showcasing Jamaica's agricultural prowess. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green announced that farmers will benefit from a $1.4 billion relief initiative aimed at the quick recovery of the sector.
I've announced today that we're going to add an additional $100 billion to that as a part of our new package. We are now going to put an additional $1.4 billion towards the recovery effort. The original $700 billion that was announced was what the ministry looked around and said that they could reallocate from its own resources, not touching our capital budget, to be able to respond quickly. But we do know that we needed more, especially considering that we've seen over $6 billion in loss to the agricultural sector. So the $1.4 billion will give us a big start, will really help us, and will really solidify some of the longer term things we need to do to build resilience.
He adds that plans are also in place for fishers.
So originally we had about $29 million to help our fishers. That was directly to help fishers in relation to things like wire, in relation to their fish traps to be able to get back out there. But we do appreciate that there was a lot of infrastructural damage, especially across 5 beaches. So we would have announced today that we're going to do $100 million in infrastructure support. What we've done is that we've identified 4 or 5 beaches that we're going to look to build our fishers infrastructure to deal with their gear sheds, to deal with how they store their boats, just in general. This is going to be resilient infrastructure. We're not building it back as we found it, we're building it back stronger. Additionally, there's an additional $60 billion that will go to fishers. Plus, we have some support from companies like Rainforest and NCB that puts in another $10 million. So our fishers will get some support in the coming weeks.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Holness shares that the Agriculture Minister now has a deadline to make the sector more productive than before.
I have given an instruction to the Minister of Agriculture as part of our food security and resilience to come up by April 2025 with a national plan to build resiliency in agriculture, which would include increasing the local production of goods here in Jamaica using Jamaican input and Jamaican resources, to increase our processing capabilities for food, to increase our storage capabilities for food, to increase the financing available to small and medium-sized and large farmers, because we must start to treat agriculture as a business and not only as a passion.
The show saw a substantial turnout, with farmers, vendors and organizers displaying a diverse array of produce, livestock and agricultural innovations. Farmers took center stage, sharing their experiences of recovery and rebuilding in the wake of Hurricane Beryl. Brittania, Witter, CVM News.